community. Oh, don't say anything. Why are we pointing that out? Why we're talking about it? Because we're dying. That's why. We're killing one another. That's why. You got black people scared to go in their own damn communities. I remember last year watching television and we had black folks in Chicago calling for martial law, calling for the National Guard to come in and help out local law enforcement just so they could go home safe at night. Are we supposed to be quiet about that? We ain't supposed to say anything? We just supposed to look at race? We supposed to point the finger at white America like we ain't culpable? That's what we supposed to do? Nah. I'm not doing that. As Snoop Dogg says, I ain't selling out, I'm looking out.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I guess we have some great news today with great news for 50 Cent and what his opinions are, and maybe that respect, but horrible news for LA, since LA has decided to reinstate the zero bail policy. And before you guys think, oh, well, it can't be possibly that bad for, people that did minor things, they shouldn't have a high bail. Well, it's not that. It's a lot of things that are worse. And to address Stephen A. just for a second here, I 100% agree. I think that the Democrats have made black people victims and are still trying to make us victims in every regard. And they don't care about us. They never cared about us. And they just want to use us as pawns so that they can get votes and stay in power and rule over not just white people, but also especially black people. They don't like us. They never did. So I don't know why we want to pretend that they do. And there'll be more in this video that kind of pretending and showing their true colors relating to not just 50 Cent, but also Ice Cube on the matter of why they just don't like us. Look at this video on what's going on in LA right now with the no reinstated policy, bail policy.
This is finally a fair system, but I can tell you after speaking with people in law enforcement, many call it the degradation of crime.
Starting at midnight tonight, the Sheriff's Department will no longer detain people for crimes such as theft, shoplifting, drug use, vandalism, battery, and a whole host of other non-serious, non-violent crimes that affect the quality of life of people here in Los Angeles County.
LA Deputy DA John McKinney explains that due to Judge Lawrence Riff's ruling, many people arrested will be released immediately without having to pay bail before their arraignment.
Judge Riff made the point of saying that he implored California officials like the sheriff, the chief of police, the district attorney, the city attorney. He implored them to testify to explain why he shouldn't issue this order, and he was surprised when no one stood up to challenge it.
No one challenged it. Not LAPD Chief Michael Moore, LA County Sheriff Robert Luna, or District Attorney George Gascon.
This system is not defensible. There is no evidence to suggest that money bail does any good.
Civil rights attorney Salil Dudani applauds Judge Riff's ruling and says the current cash bail system is unconstitutional and unfair.
The current system is not based on whether you're dangerous, on whether you're a flight risk, on whether there's really any need at all for you to be in jail. It's just based on how much money you can pay. That's not fair. It makes no sense.
Would you have challenged it?
I would have challenged it for sure.
Former Sheriff Alex Villanueva believes it's a mistake that no one opposed the ruling, but he says with the current leadership, he's not surprised.
And the biggest impact actually is not going to be on the Sheriff's Department at LAPD. It's going to be on the other 45 municipalities that have their own police departments, because now they carry the burden of having to deliver their own inmates to court until the arraignment before they can go into the custody of the sheriff. That's going to be the biggest impact.
Under this new bail system, there are no second chances. If a person violates the bail schedule, they're put back on a cash bail system. From West Hollywood, I'm Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
So there you have it. You have to where they're just not reinstating it, and a whole bunch of things that are going to end up happening in the coming couple weeks to probably months to where LA will be literally a hellscape on fire, and there's nothing that can be done. I mean, at this point, I don't even feel bad for the people that live in LA, because they all deserve to be punished and severely, honestly, severely punished, because they refuse to vote differently. They refuse to get the right people in order. And until they really receive the immense amount of pain, until their brother and sister is killed or raped or any of this type of tragedy or something horribly happens to them, they will eventually have to change their ways. Because, again, as I said multiple times, people are stupid, and they have to realize, until the stupid is whacked out of them, until things start realizing what's going on in their own city or country, or etc. And it takes immense amount of tragedy, immense amount of pain for them to actually change their ways, if they ever change at all. But it usually that one very violent or deathly offense really just kind of shows that, it'll wake people up, and it's only a matter of time. But here we have this, where this person here specifically is, it was with 50 Cent and all this great stuff. But first, what we'll do is that we'll do this here. That 50 Cent gets the reality of crime, too bad Los Angeles Dems don't. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson has a better grasp on reality than almost all Los Angeles Democrats. Witness the hip-hop legend's Instagram on a judge's recent order to reinstate LA's no-policy bail, get out of jail free cards for all misdemeanors and non-violent felonies. LA is finished. Watch how bad it gets out there. He's dead right. The rule, which expired in July 22nd, 2022, was put in place during COVID to cease jail crowding with predictable lawsuit results. The city saw a massive upsurge in crime over pre-pandemic levels. 60 crimes reported per 1,000 residents in 2022, up to 11% over 2019. In downtown LA, a crime epicenter like San Francisco's Tenderloin, the overall rate was more than 6 times higher. For violent crimes alone, it was 45 per 1,000. For property crime, 167. The response of the woke left? Nonsense, like the move from LA City Council member Nithya Raman, who voted against a measure to criminalize unauthorized possession of catalytic converters and blend the car manufacturers instead of the crooks who rip off the devices and strip them for parts. And in May came Judge Lawrence Riff's order to bring back the no bail rule on the bizarre grounds that the age-old practice of requiring bail is somehow unconstitutional. No wonder the city is facing atop to its massive crime, homelessness, and drug problems. A police exodus with staffing down below 2019 levels despite the elevated crime. Or that about 120 prosecutors have left the DA's office under Soros-backed George's Gascon, who's sitting on a mind-boggling 10,000 case backlog. And 50 Cent is no fire-breathing right-winger. He endorsed Donald Trump for president in 2020, but caved to public pressure and recanted. No, the man's using basic reasoning skills. If you reduce consequences for crooks and hamper law enforcement, crime goes up. If only LA big shots could follow that same simple logic. Yeah, so, again, 50 Cent also is a coward in the sense that, that he didn't start backing Trump because of the fact that because public outcry. Stand true to your beliefs, sir, and stop being a coward. But, again, he's only using typical normal thought here to where it's not going to get good. And here's a person that, with 50 Cent's ex-girlfriend saying that if he didn't back Donald Trump and stuff, she'll get back together with him, etc., all this great stuff. So take a look at this.
I heard about my ex-boyfriend, right, 50 Cent, and his support of Donald Trump.
Yeah, what's going on between you? I saw your tweets and I go, wait, what's happening? Because you said he was your favorite ex-boyfriend, and then what does he do? He's supporting Trump?
He says he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes, which, by the way, isn't a plan of Joe Biden's. That's a lie. So he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes because he doesn't want to go from being 50 cent to 20 cent. And I had to remind him that he was a black person, so he can't vote for Donald Trump, and that he shouldn't be influencing an entire swath of people who may listen to him because he's worried about his own personal pocketbook. So I haven't heard back from him yet, but I am willing to, seal the deal in more ways than one if he changes his mind and publicly denounces Donald Trump. I might be willing to go for another spin, if you know what I'm talking about.
first off, I think this lady's actually completely a lunatic. And two, the fact that, okay, yeah, he's black, so what? I'm also black, and I see many other people that are also black saying or thinking the same things that Donald Trump or endorsed or voted for Trump. We understand that the mere fact is he's doing something that that will benefit the black community, which did benefit the black community. And you are probably a racist or something along those lines if you think that just because he's a black person that they can't have the ability to think a different than you. So I don't know what it is that you're trying to say here, but I'm getting a lot of very mean or serious racist undertones from you, particularly saying because a black person can't think a certain way and they have to think only this way. Well, I have to let you know, I think that Donald Trump did great for our economy, and now the fact that we have not just this, but a horrible economy now under Joe Biden in every single way imaginable is mind-boggling to me. And here's what Ice Cube had to say which really hurts her credibility here, because Ice Cube pretty much came out that said that he tried to go talk to even Joe Biden or the Democrats, and they didn't even acknowledge him or try to talk to him. But the Trump administration did. Take a look.
Biden administration agreed with 85% of what you had in there. What didn't they agree with?
I guess 85% because I still haven't spoken to them about it. So, they haven't done anything to act on it. I've had one conversation with an assistant to the president, but no talk with the president, and no other movement. So we were down to talk to both sides, right. And only one side was really ready to talk and see if something could be created. And I have no regrets because it's necessary for people to understand that we have to do something different to change the outcome.
Yeah, so now what you're seeing here is that Ice Cube went to the Democrats first, and they didn't even try to bother to listen to him, didn't want to listen to his opinions or whatever. But when he went to the Republican Party, when he went to the Trump side of the side of things, they actually try to come with a middle ground to see, I want to fix some issues. This is what we're talking about, where the Democrats honestly just do not care about black people, and they only want to use black people as a victim card. That's what all they do. And they're really showing their racism because they want us to cater to them and not do anything for us. At least the Trump administration, I don't know about the rest of the Republicans, but at least the Trump administration tried to do something, tried to help the black community by going to talk to at least Ice Cube. And that's the truth of it all. And we have more from this with Donald Trump talking with 50 Cent and all that stuff and having a great time because, Trump is this apparently evil racist guy that hates black people.
Whoa. Smell the money.
Great group of people.
Smell the money. Because you know what? I think 50's on your heels, Trump.
Well, he's got to be catching me pretty soon. I tell you, he's doing pretty well.
I think this is him on line 11 right here. That's Hove. I hope it's not.
Shade 45.
Hello?
Yo, Hove, where's 50 at?
That's the boss.
I'm right here.
All right, 50. We got Donald Trump here.
I hear you on there with the big man.
Yeah, I told him you were on his heels.
How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm fine.
Well, I have some kids, and myself included, but I have kids, they think you are the best, the absolute best.
Wow.
That's pretty cool, I'll tell you. My little daughter Ivanka and my son Eric, these people, they just love your music.
Wow.
Oh, man, I'm going to keep making it.
Well, you're going to keep making it. You better keep making it. I'm going to have some angry children if you don't keep making it.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you. Congratulations on the great success, man. That's amazing.
Man. Thank you.
Yeah, so now what you see here is that Donald Trump is this very racist and hateful guy, yet he talked to Ice Cube and tried to get things done for the actual black community in general and see how to get things done. And he also talked to 50 Cent and, was very kind to him and stuff like that as well. So the fact that he's a racist is really hard to say, yet we have a lot of clips and things of Joe Biden is saying a lot of racist things. I haven't heard Trump say racist things before yet. So there's that. So I think that what we have here is that these people are see reality the way it is. The way it's collapsing, and LA is just not doing well. It's going to collapse. It's going to fall. It is already it's already pretty much a third world country, and it's going to be definitely a third world country after all this. So hope you guys are living in your glass huts and making sure nobody is going to come and shoot you around, or probably go in a scooter and shoot you out on the street like they do in New York. So have fun with that. Brace for your lives, brace for your belongings, brace for everything that you have, because you're in for a very, very rough ride. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.